Hello, my name is Rick Cook, and I'm your professor for FSU's English 150 class. In this welcome video, I have three goals. I'd like you to understand who is the teacher, what is FSU English 150, what is the class, and then also how will I be successful? How are students successful in this class? So first, who is the teacher? As I said, my name is Rick Cook. Please call me Rick. In a college setting, I'm very comfortable with first names. Um, if you say Mr. Cook, I think my dad's in the room, so please call me Rick. I will try to learn all your names. It does take a while in a virtual setting, so please don't be too harsh with me if I struggle with names for a little bit. This is my 21st year teaching this class. First year composition actually has not changed very much since I took it myself as a student at the University of Michigan. I did have the opportunity to teach the class at the University of Michigan a long time ago, and I've been teaching it ever since. I've taught it at Michigan State, where I did my graduate work. I've also taught it at Grand Valley, where I did my continuing PhD program. I currently teach it at LCC. I've always taught a night class at LCC because I enjoy that interaction with um, older students. And now I also teach it for FSU. This is my 5th year teaching it for FSU here at the Wilson Talent Center. Um, I really enjoy the outdoors. In the summer, I spend a lot of time canoeing with my family, spend a lot of time on the water in a variety of ways. And in the winter, I really enjoy winter sports, downhill skiing in particular. My wife really enjoys it, and so do my two daughters. I have a daughter in 3rd grade and a daughter in 5th grade. So that's a little bit about me. Let's dig in a little bit more about the course. FSU English 150 is a writing class. It's characterized as first year composition. So, first year composition is required of every degree and from every institution. It's the most common college class actually in the world. There are more sections of first year composition than any other class. Um, English 150 is built around your ability to express yourself with expository essays. Both of those words, expository and the word essay, are defined throughout the curriculum. It's a writing class that will be more intense in terms of reading and writing than anything you experienced in high school. Um, the class is built around your interests, all of the topics you will pick, what you want to write about, but it is built around your ability to express yourself with writing, and you need to prepare yourself for that. Um, the class itself is run through Google Classroom. So if you're here watching this welcome video, you already got access to the Google Classroom through the introductory email. So your classroom looks like this. It may say something different here. So for instance, this semester I have cosmetology, programming and cyber, business and risk management, and new media. All the classrooms look the same, so I'm just going to use the open section, which is for my students on Tuesdays that are from a wide variety of programs. We'll run everything through Google Classroom. I use the stream to post your to-do lists. While we meet for an hour, either virtually or face-to-face, the vast majority of the class is done through asynchronous instruction. So you have lots to read, lots to watch, lots to respond to in the virtual environment, and we use Google Classroom to do that. The to-do list will always be posted in the stream, and it's by week, except for the first 2 weeks are posted together because the first week of class is very introductory, and there's nothing due until the end of the second week. You have 15 tasks in the first 2 weeks, and they are all listed here. And these tasks should always match up to the classwork section. So here you can see in week 1 and 2, here are your tasks. You need to watch this video, and there's the video. You need to read this document, and then there's the document. And then you watch this video and watch this video. Lots of videos, lots of reading, some response built in here. You primarily using Google Forms. Sometimes we'll use Google Docs. And then lastly, at the end of every week, you'll always have something to turn into regards to one of the 3 essays that you're writing for the class. This class materials section is the only section outside of things being listed weekly, and it'll have things in it that apply to the entire class. And I want to draw your attention to some of them. The syllabus, I definitely want to draw your attention to. So this will have in it all the course policies. It has a description of the class, how the class is graded, my expectations. It has a rough outline for the entire semester. But again, this is subject to change. This is where the to-do lists are finalized and then they're put on the stream. So don't get ahead of where we're at. This class, it does move through it together, and it responds to your strengths and weaknesses and where we're at and how often we've been able to meet face to face and what's going on in the crazy world that we live in. So the class does this, as it says, is a rough schedule. It's subject to change. You have updated to-do lists posted every week in Google Classroom. Also inside of class materials is a welcome letter. This has in it the times of the various office hours. It has who should take this class. You really want to pay attention to this part because this class is not for everyone. College is not for everyone. College is a choice, okay? You have to go to public high school, and 100% of people are supposed to graduate. That's not the case at college. And people are shocked to learn that just around 35% of American adults have a 4-year degree. So 100% are supposed to graduate from high school. About 35% of American adults have a 4-year degree. So college is a choice that not everybody makes, and certainly not everybody succeeds at completing. This class is high stakes. It produces a college transcript. We're paying your tuition, but if you fail the class, you have to pay us back. And that's happened twice over my 5 years. So I hate it when it happens. It rarely happens, but it does happen. So make sure that this class is a good choice. You can drop the class in the first week if you determine, this isn't for me, it's going to be too much work, those kinds of things. I actually want to, at this point, jump to how will I be successful? How will you be successful in this class? And what drives that for me is I always think about, never forget that this is a choice. What I mean by that is you are choosing to get assignments, to get readings, to write essays that a paid professional will review and tell you how to improve. In every way you can think about it, the metaphor of going to a restaurant is very similar to taking a college class. When you go to a restaurant, you pay money and you have expectations for what you're going to get. You have paid money for this class, or the Talent Center has, and there's expectations for what you're going to get. And you need to think about this class like you're a consumer making choices with your time and money. If you are not getting something from this video, every video I've ever shown, every time we interact and talk, it's your responsibility to say something. If I order a big fat juicy steak in a restaurant and it comes out cooked to death, if it tastes like a piece of boot leather, if I don't speak up, that's on me. By the same token, if you're having an experience in this class that's not working and you don't speak up, that's on you. That's one way of the many ways that college is different than high school. So if you want to be successful, never forget that this is a choice and that you're a consumer. Another way to be successful is make sure that you're constantly communicating. My email is rcook@inghamisd.org. It's in the Google Classroom. It's all over the place. Obviously, you know my email because you got to this spot using that introductory email. Please don't hesitate to email me. It pops up on my phone, and if I'm not asleep, I respond instantly. So please do that. Particularly in this virtual setting, you have to communicate a lot if you want to be successful. Another way to be successful is show up. The sessions are mandatory. If you don't show up at a session, you don't get any credit for anything we did during that time. College is not like high school where, hey, if you're absent, it's excused and there's some responsibility to get you caught up. If you're absent for any reason, that's on you. This is college. It's different. Work hard. I've never had a student who worked hard who didn't do well in the class. Writing, just like anything else, is a skill that can be improved with guided practice. People aren't born good writers. It's not magical. It's not mysterious. If you practice something and get guided feedback, if you practice with a coach, I primarily think about myself as a writing coach, you will get better at this. And I'm a really good coach. I haven't had anyone who tried hard in this class that's failed it. And I would say 85% of the people who try hard in this class get at least a 3-point, which is a B at the college level. So don't forget this is a choice. Constantly communicate, show up, and lastly, work hard. That's the key. That's how you'll be successful in this class. Okay, so you should go to the classroom and start working your way through these things. As it says in the stream, read the welcome letter in the course description, complete the student survey, and then start watching these videos and building towards the first step in this class, which is finding something to write about for essay 1. Finding something that you want to write about for your first essay. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to send me an email. Running a virtual class is it's never perfect. There's always things I forget. There's things that don't make sense. There's links I forget to post. And I rely on students saying, hey, you don't have this right, for me to constantly be improving the student experience. I look forward to the semester. I hope you do as well. By the end of this semester, we will be out of winter. The days will be long. Many of you, there may be some juniors in here, but most of you are seniors. You'll be graduating, which is an exciting experience. And you'll also leave with your first year composition class completed and done with, and certainly more writing skills than you had at the beginning of the class. So I look forward to it, and good luck.